that we hear all of our students and do everything we can to make them comfortable and safe in our community.
The Board of Curators appoints this man as the new head of the UM system.
And while he talked to the media, this man was being arraigned for making threats against black MU students. KOMU 8 News First at 5 starts now. Missouri system has a new interim president. Good evening, I'm Brittany Pieper.
And I'm Jim Rick. Thanks for joining us. Mike Middleton replaces Tim Wolf, who resigned Monday. Middleton graduated from MU in 1968. A few years later, he became the third African-American to graduate from MU's law school. He also served as deputy chancellor for 17 years before retiring in August. Middleton says he has been working with members of the Concerned Student 1950. He says his color will be met with criticism.
Color in this country is an issue that is considered, that affects many decisions that are made, positively and negatively. We need to understand that, accept it, and get beyond it eventually.
The board also announced they're accelerating Chancellor R. Bowen Lofton's resignation to be effective today. He was going to stay on until the end of the year. That means interim Chancellor Hank Foley will take over immediately. You can go to KOMU.com to watch Middleton's full speech. In a 2013 profile, KOMU 8 News wrote about Middleton. We have also just learned that Nick Evans has been named interim director of the Office of Greek Life, while Jana Bassler is on administrative leave. We'll have more details coming up at 6 o'clock.
A judge denied bond for Hunter Park, the man accused of making threats against MU students on the social network called Yik Yak. It was also revealed today that Park had a deep interest in the recent Oregon campus shooting. The defense attorney asked for a bond of $10,000 along with internet and technology restrictions. He said Park's medical conditions and cooperation with officers at the time of the investigation were reasons for the request. His family was present in the courtroom. However, the state opposed the bond because of the severity of the threats made to the community. Park's next court date will be Wednesday, November 18th.
In light of the recent MU events, social media has been an outlet for many.
But the way it's used led to an arrest and an internet full of not-so-friendly fire. KOMU 8's Alyssa Casares joins us in the studio with a look at the social climate.
Earlier today, I talked to KOMU 8's interactive director.
Recent tension on MU's campus pushed administration to make more moves. The university announced it will extend counseling services for students, faculty, and staff. A mass email sent from the MU chancellor's account also said there will be counselors of color available for students as well. The email encouraged students to seek out counseling for fear, anxiety, and depression. One student told KOMU 8 he's skeptical of how effective counseling will be for him and other black students. He said counseling is a taboo topic in the black community. For more information on what resources are available, you can go to our website, KOMU.com.
MUPD says a sign at the Black Culture Center was spray painted about 1 a.m. this morning. Police are looking at nearby surveillance video. Here's a look at the vandalized sign with the word black blotted out. Carlin Seville of MU Operations says campus facilities cleaned the sign about 2 hours later. Chief Doug Schwanz said MUPD and the Highway Patrol will have an increased security presence on campus for the foreseeable future. MU leadership said in a statement this act is not acceptable. Police will be present at the Culture Center while supporting and protecting students. Anyone with information on that spray painting should contact MUPD, or you can call Crime Stoppers at 573-875-TIPS.
Here's what's happening right now. Columbia religious groups are gathering at the columns on the MU campus for a prayer vigil. KOMU 8's Chris Gothner is live to tell us what's going on at the event.
Brittany, a small group of students and others have gathered here on MU's quad, reporting live on MU's campus in Columbia. Chris Gothner, KOMU 8 News.
In response to the tension at MU, the city of Columbia has decided to address racial issues. Councilman Carl Scala says race is a problem in Columbia and not just at the university. In an email, the city acknowledged work is far from done. Scala says he encourages racial discussions within the community.
Some of these things take some time. I think we need these discussions. We need to really get involved in this situation. There are solutions out there.
The email concluded, quote, "We want to improve everyone's odds for success and strengthen our community so all individuals can thrive."
Missouri Senator Kurt Schaefer commented on MU Professor Melissa Click and staff member Jana Bassler. The two garnered national attention after a video of a confrontation with a student journalist went viral. Schaefer said, quote, "There have been problems at the university for a long time now." He says Click and Bassler need to be fired and charged for interfering with student journalist Tim Tighe's liberty. Schaefer also says outgoing UM system president Tim Wolf had a lack of leadership and could have been more responsive.
Tonight, the latest Target 8 investigation looking at the relationship between MU and Planned Parenthood, as well as public access to emails from lawmakers.
Target 8 Chief Investigator Jamie Gray joins us with a preview of what we can expect tonight at 6 and 10.
Well, this story has to do with this pretty big stack of documents that we received. It is more than 500 pages of emails and all of the attachments. Now, the correspondence between Chancellor Lofton and State Senator Kurt Schaefer are what we're looking at. Now, he is the chair of the Senate committee investigating Planned Parenthood. Tonight at 6, we're going to go through those emails and show you what we learned about the relationship between the university and Planned Parenthood. It took a lot to get these emails. The State House initially denying these records, and others we'd requested saying the .gov email accounts are not public record.
And members are not a governmental body, and emails are not a public record.
Really, not public record. That, of course, is a hot button issue right now with Hillary Clinton's emails being questioned. We're going to have more tonight on those state emails. That's tonight at 10. Why here in Missouri, senators and representatives do not have to reveal what they send and receive. And we've discovered just today it's possible some state offices may not even be retaining those records.
Since the storms came through yesterday, it has been pretty windy, so let's check in with Kenton.
7 degrees at sunrise. But what about this weekend? And when is our next best chance of rain? I'll detail everything you need to know coming up after the break.
And after weather, some MU swimmers helping out autistic children. Find out how their efforts are helping local kids in and out of the swimming pool.
And you're taking a live look over the bridges over the Missouri River in the capital city. This is KOMU 8 News, first at 5. Coverage you can count on.
President Obama awarded the Medal of Honor to a soldier who saved multiple lives in Afghanistan. Captain Florent Groberg is the 10th living American soldier to receive the award. He was called a hero after saving the lives in a suicide bombing in 2012. Groberg said he held back tears while the president placed the award around his neck. The demand for gold is on the rise in the U.S. Gold buying has jumped nearly 200% in the third quarter. The increase is the most the U.S. has seen since the recession in 2008. Experts say the increase is related to price and recent uncertainty on Wall Street.
Sweden, Germany, and Slovenia have tightened their borders to keep refugees out. Sweden is sending migrants back to Germany by train. About 40 migrants were blocked from entering Sweden today. The European Union continues to discuss ways to keep borders open for travel. A man travels 100,000 miles for a good cause.
Why researchers are studying his travels. That's up next in Your Health. Nearly 2 weeks on planes for a good cause. The father is raising money for cystic fibrosis, a condition his daughter has. He's traveled nearly 100,000 miles and raised more than $200,000. Sleep researchers are keeping a close eye on the man to find out how his body deals with jet lag and fatigue. And a small study found child care centers lack in the amount of time they give for play for preschoolers. The centers scheduled outside play twice a day, but the study found only about 40% of children fully participated. Experts suggest 60 minutes of play per day for children, and on colder days to play outside less and utilize indoor play spaces.
Ahead on NBC Nightly News.
Columbia religious groups are gathering at the columns on the MU campus for a prayer vigil.
KOMU 8's Chris Gothner is live to tell us what's going on at the event.
Brittany and Jim, the prayer here on MU's campus is mostly reporting live on MU's campus in Columbia. Chris Gothner, KOMU 8 News.
Here's a look at what we're following for KOMU 8 News at 6. Our Target 8 investigation team dug into lawmakers' emails to try and shed some light on the Planned Parenthood controversy.
What went on behind closed doors between the university and lawmakers? That's coming up at 6. Kenton.
Winds a bit lesser. 34 degrees at sunrise, but a wind chill low of 27.
That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great night.
On air, online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on the News app, and the Weather app. KOMU 8 News. Coverage you can count on.